of the greatest Test match innings ever played.
Whips that one away, and how appropriate.
Hit goes long and high over the leg side. Edge taken. Shammy gets the big wicket.
Under bright floodlights, a stadium roars, but somewhere behind the noise, something else is cracking. Not a bat, not a stump, but the spirit of the game itself. Cricket was built on honor, on handshakes, on gentlemen. But every sport has shadows, and cricket's shadows, they run deep. This isn't a highlight reel. This isn't glory. This is the truth the game tries to bury. The nights that stained reputations, the mornings that shook nations, the scandals the sport still whispers about. This is cricket's darkest side, and the moments the world will never forget. The slap that shook the IPL. Mumbai versus Punjab, 2008. The match is over. Routine handshakes, smiles, casual patch on the back. And then, a slap.
Long rumored footage of the infamous slapgate finally surfaces, showing HarbhajanSingh slapping Sreesanth during their inaugural 2008.
Not a bump, not a scuffle. A full swing across Sreesanth's face. No cameras caught it. No replay exists.
There's a almost emotional.
Just a tear-streaked fast bowler trembling in the middle of the field, and HarbhajanSingh suspended in silence.
Situation, but Harbhajan seen very angrily returning towards Sreesanth, escalating the drama further after he first slapped him.
Teammates turned enemies, a league embarrassed, and fans left with a question that still hasn't been answered. What really happened in the handshake line? The insult that cut too deep. Antigua, 2003. Glenn McGrath steaming in. Sarwin, Sepp, ready for the next ball. But before the delivery, words. Sharp. Personal.
And then it erupted again.
A jab about Brian Lara. Sarwin fires back. Ask your wife. McGrath snaps. A man known for mental warfare suddenly breaks. Not from the game, but from the weight of his wife's battle with cancer. Two giants, two tempers, and one moment that exposed just how human even legends can be.
Pulled that very hard as well, Shanda Paul, another boundary.
The superstar England couldn't control. England, Ashes humiliation, 5-0. Inside the dressing room, chaos, whispers, finger pointing, door slammed shut. And at the center of the storm, KevinPietersen, a genius with a bat, a hurricane with a personality. Texts to South African players surface, mocking his own captain, sharing secrets, lines crossed. England didn't drop a player. They cut out a lightning bolt, one that could win a test in a day or tear a team apart in a night. Secrets South Africa never saw coming. Herschel Gibbs, flamboyant, fearless, unpredictable. In 2010, he opened a door no one was ready for. A book, raw, dirty, unfiltered, alcohol battles, rehab, marijuana, group sex with teammates, and the lingering rot of Hansi Cronje's match-fixing shadow.
Did you also arrange to meet him in Bloemfontein at one stage to discuss getting your ducks in a row, so to speak, for the commission?
I was very naughty, I must admit. I got a huge fright when this whole thing broke. And
Gibbs didn't expose one secret. He exposed a culture, a clique, a silent hierarchy inside South African cricket that pretended everything was fine. It wasn't. The text that shook a country. England again, and Pietersen again. This time, the scandal had teeth.
KevinPietersen talking about Andy Flower in a negative sense, Matthew Pryor, his teammate for so many years.
Text sent to South African players showing how to dismiss Andrew Strauss.
After allegedly sending derogatory texts about his teammates. then dropped once and for all last year after the humiliating Ashes defeat in Australia.
Your own captain, your own dressing room. Players felt betrayed. Fans were furious. And Strauss?
Out of his head and help us form a strategy for English cricket going forward. That's why I asked him to be on that board. Ultimately,
broken. This wasn't banter. This was mutiny through a phone screen. The no ball heard around the world.
Good morning, and we'll go for no balls. Another no ball. Another free hit. Umpire Emerson has called him for throwing.
Melbourne Cricket Ground, Boxing Day, 1995. 55,000 fans. Muralitharan spins the ball, and Darrell Hare lifts an arm. No ball.
Now he's done it again. I just can't see how umpire Hare can be calling no ball here. His back foot is in a perfectly legitimate position. It's the one before. That's the back foot, and for me that is perfectly legitimate.
Not once, not twice, 7 times. The crowd gasps. Sri Lanka freezes. A legend humiliated on the world's biggest stage. It wasn't his front foot. It was his action, his legacy. For the first time, the world saw just how far cricket's politics could twist a moment. The underarm that broke the spirit of the game.
It looks to me as if they're going to bowl underarm off the last ball. Rod Marsh is saying no, mate, but I'm sure he's going to bowl an underarm delivery.
Melbourne, 1981. 1 ball left. New Zealand needs a 6 to tie. Greg Chappell looks at his brother. A cold instruction. Bowl it underarm.
It's the ex-Victorian skipper. We're going to bowl an underarm. We haven't believed it. And that's a disappointing finish. Disappointed Brian affecting the crowd boo.
Trevor obeys. Along the ground like a child rolling a ball. New Zealand stunned. The world disgusted. Cricket embarrassed. Sometimes a scandal isn't crime. Sometimes it's cowardice. The king falls. ShaneWarne's shocker.
Amazing.
Oh, beautiful ball. That's a wonderful delivery from ShaneWarne.
And he's got him straight away. Well, he really is
2003. The World Cup. ShaneWarne, the magician, the showman, the destroyer of batting lineups, suddenly suspended. A banned diuretic. Warne says his mother gave it to him for weight loss. The world doesn't buy it. A year-long ban. No World Cup. A stain he never fully washed off. Even legends bleed. The test that almost started a war. Sydney, 2008. India versus Australia. Tempers boiling like acid. Bad umpiring. Low catches questioned. Accusations of racism. Crowd fury. Players shouting. HarbhajanSingh hit with a 3-match ban. India threatening to fly home. Cricket was inches away from losing one of its greatest rivalries that day. All because respect snapped in half. Monkeygate. A word that burned a career.
Calling Andrew Symonds a monkey.
Excuse me.
Harbhajan's team this time was all legal. Inside Adelaide's Federal Court building, everyone looked out of place. Andrew Symonds supported by bleary-eyed witnesses Matthew Hayden, Captain Ricky Ponting and Michael Clark.
It started in India. Crowd chants, monkey noises, directed at Andrew Symonds. Harbhajan accused of joining in. Months later in Sydney, it explodes. The word is spoken again, or at least interpreted. Lines blur. Players erupt. Boards panic. Harbhajan banned. Then acquitted. But Symonds, he was never the same. That scandal didn't just wound him. It ended him. Betrayal in the West Indies. Marlon Samuels. Soft hand, classic technique. And the phone call that changed everything.
So there he is, Marlon Samuels in at number 3. He's been playing absolutely magnificently for the last year and a half. He's a very talented player.
A bookmaker. Information. Odds. Weather. Inside details from a man in maroon. He denied everything, but the ICC didn't. 2 years gone. A career cracked open.
Marlon Samuels, that was a terrific shot.
The IPL's dirty night. 2013. Delhi police make the arrest. 3 players. Sreesanth, Chandila, Chavan. Spot fixing charges. Money trails. Mob connections.
2 other players of the Rajasthan Royals have been arrested by the Delhi police on charges of spot fixing in the IPL.
A league built on fireworks suddenly drenched in gasoline. Life bans. Careers erased. Fans heartbroken. The IPL was no longer just entertainment. It was evidence. The scandal that broke Pakistan. Lords 2010. The home of cricket. The birthplace of tradition. And on that sacred grass, deliberate no balls. Bought and sold. Muhammad Amir. Muhammad Asif, Salman Butt, a teenage prodigy, a world-class bowler, a national captain, all marched into court, all given jail sentences, all stained forever. Pakistan didn't just lose players, they lost pride. The bookmaker Australia hid. 1994. A man named John, a wad of cash, 2 Australian stars, Warne and Wah. Pitch reports, weather forecast, small details, big implications. Australia kept it quiet for years. Too long. When the truth finally surfaced, fans realized something chilling. Even the greatest teams aren't safe from the reach of shadowed hands. Cricket isn't perfect. It never was. And these moments prove how fragile the spirit of a game truly is. Because behind every scandal is a warning, a reminder, a bruise on the history of sport. Some days give you heroes, other days give you scars. And these were cricket's darkest days. More stories are still buried, more whispers still echo, and we're just getting started.